Ain't no play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a kill, ain't no play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
19 tight.
Play fake. Here's Willis. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike 3, Mike 3.
Corey, 70.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 3. Mike 3. Watch the run. Watch the run.
1st and 10, it's Willis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. The Titans at 5-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 52. Check 31.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
Kid. Flare.
Hey, check that. Street. Hey, smash.
The slot man in motion right.
60.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go check. 60 Bobcat. Street.
Slot man moves right. Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check smash. Ready.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
They go play action with Willis.
To hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Fourth down, Willis. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now Willis on 1st and 10.
They set up the screen for Henry. Touchdown! Derrick Henry. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now Hall to start the drive. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They'll run with Hall.
They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Room here to run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. In motion right is Wilson. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Get this down only to the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. His kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. The slot man in motion right. From the 44, Willis. And that's going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Titans first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Check 13. Check 13. Panther 60. Panther 60. Top low 18.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw on 2nd down, Johnston. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Off the play fake, Johnston. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Willis. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Willis on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Titans are once again back in front. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
On 1st down, Johnston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Johnston. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now the point after try for Santos. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. Breece Hall, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that trims the lead down to 9. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On 1st down, Willis. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60.
50's the Mike. Here we go, here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Ready,
Willis. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off play action. Johnston. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Johnston. Airing this one out for Evans. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Jets are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's got some space here. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Johnston. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 190 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Striker, 3-3.
Off play action. Johnston. He'll buy some time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Johnston. This is caught by Evans. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Johnston. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll run with Hall. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
One more time with Hall. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall from 6 yards away. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Mustang 19.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. And the tight end goes in motion left.
Third down, it's Willis.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
On the move past the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
On the counter, it's Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have now moved out in front. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Off-play action. Johnston. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Running left, it's Hall. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake. Johnston.
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game.
Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
And the Jets are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Willis will try and throw for this.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
211 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Hall again.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Jets on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Looking to throw. Johnston going to look deep for Wilson. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 55 yards. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7th. And able to get this out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Willis to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Willis on the bootleg. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Second and 2. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Second down and 8.
Warriors 17. Viking 18.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Willis now off of play action. Out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Back to the air on second down. Johnston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
To throw on 3rd down. Johnston. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go. 45. Right. Right. 97. Ready to go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's brought down. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a 1st down. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Eluding the pressure right.
And check down, complete to Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day.
Touchdown, Titans! A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Hall again on second down.
And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
You ain't gonna burn me.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Titans, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Peace.